Edo again. When I was contesting, they said I am not from Edo. I am an Igbo man. Eh? Ehiozua Agbonayinma. Izionua Agbonayima has spoken that when he wanted to contest, as a governor, they said he's an Igbo man, and so they didn't want to vote him. Can you imagine? A former APC Edo State governorship candidate, Honorable Ehiozua Agbonayima, recently spoke with Arise News to protect fellow APC contender Monday Okpebolo. Monday Okpebolo from what he deemed as unjust attacks and blackmail. Agbonayima vehemently backed Okpebolo, who has been accused of being unfit for the governorship, highlighting his impact on the ground and his past service to the community. So these are blackmails, and it is unfair to say he is a plumber and cannot read a balance sheet. So Agbonayima said, slamming the critics, who wrote off Okpebolo as an uneducated plumber who couldn't understand complicated financial records. No wonder they said, can he read balance sheet? Now, wow. No wonder they said if Okpebolo can read balance sheet, they will give him 5 million naira. So when I was contesting, they said I am not from Edo, I am an Igbo man. With this analogy, he drew a line to his own experience of having his candidacy questioned because of his heritage. So even before he entered politics, Okpebolo had strong ties to the community and a lifelong dedication to serving others, which he further emphasized. So this man is an incredibly skilled marksman. Agbonayima made the commitment that Okpebolo's connection to the people was an important part of his campaign, noting that he was assisting the people before he got into politics. So he saw that humanitarian service. Does that humanitarian service qualify him to be the governor? That is the question. There is far difference between humanitarian services and being a governor. So according to Agbonayima, Okpebolo would answer his opponent's concerns when the time is right, because he has been covered by several media channels. He will absolutely come when the moment is right. He mentioned that other TV channels are also contacting him in addition to Arise TV. So that is what is happening here. So the question now is not about the illiteracy of this man. Agbonayima is saying that even himself, when he wanted to contest as governor in Edo State, they didn't want to regard him because they say that his paternity or rather maternity is not of Benin extraction, is from Igbo. That is from as an Igbo, he's a son of an Igbo woman, and that is why probably they didn't vote for him. So what he's trying to say here, that anybody saying that Okpebolo is an illiterate and can't do anything should rather wait, because Okpebolo will answer everybody one by one. When the time comes, he will come to TV houses to make his campaign and also to answer a lot of the public questions that are begging for answer right now. So that is what is happening. But generally, if you look at Okpebolo, I remember in fact, the issue started when he went to the US to meet it and do people in diaspora. And they said the outing was in shambles, was a shame, because he could not articulate his plan, his vision, and his agenda very well in the US, and it became a tour that did not achieve its intended value. And when he came back, they are still chasing him, that he, first of all, is avoiding press conferences, press reviews. He's avoiding coming out in public space to come and talk about his plan, his his manifesto. He said he does not need manifesto to lead Edo people. He said that Edo state is like a battered vehicle that needs a parameter, and he's ready to parameter it for them. So a lot of things have happened that made people to believe that this guy must be illiterate and maybe may not be the right person to be the governor. Just like somebody is asking here, how did the Pueblo get there to become a senator? No, talk of becoming a governorship aspirant. That is it. How did he get there? Because the literacy is smelling all over. Unfortunately, the APC people, starting from Oshomole and Philip Shaibu, they are all speaking for him. That is for Kwebolo. So Kwebolo is very, very confident that they are going to win the election. Obviously, it's going to be by rigging. Okay, it's going to be by rigging. So now Kwebolo is having a questionable academic background, having a questionable life of, being able to articulate himself properly and express himself in the public. So with that, he is going to have challenge being the governor. But being a governor is not a joke. It is a task that will require you to be well learned and well exposed and be able to make the best of decisions for the people of the state. So someone like a Pueblo who is struggling to make speeches in the public space is probably not the right person to be the governor. Wow. So with what is happening now, Pueblo is not backing down, of course. He must continue his pursuit as the governor of the state. But now that a lot of his weaknesses have been exposed, especially around effective education, then there is a big concern whether this guy will be able to lead the state well or not. Again, taking clue from what happened during Buhari time, everybody knew that Buhari was an illiterate, but elites went to support him, including Vice President Shibanjo had to support him, a prof for that matter. Okay, and that is bad. And we saw the outcome of supporting Buhari to become president. He crashed the country to, to a very low level. The same thing happened when we talk about Tinubu coming in to become the president. His academic system was also questioned. Up to now, it's still being questioned. But we can now see the way he's making economic and political decisions. You know that it's more of Agbero than that of an educated elite. So and that you can see how that is impacting the decision. So now Edo State cannot afford to make that mistake of putting somebody who cannot read or write, because that would be a very bad one for them. Somebody who cannot face the public, who cannot talk in the public, express himself, and entertain questions. So people have been avoiding press conferences, press interviews, and all of that, and want just talk to indoor people, town hall meetings. That is the only thing that he's doing. And those town hall meetings must be dominated by APC people. That's what he's doing. So even when the, Oshomole and Shaibu are speaking for him, the guy has a lot of work to do on himself to be able to stand alone. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment over this issue of Pueblo not being able to read very well in the public.